Of course, we are all understandably deeply unsettled by the threat of this virus. But you see, like Jesus, we can also confront the pandemic.
Giving priests the spiritual strength to face the coronavirus pandemic head-on is the goal of A Shepherd's Care. The program by the Sacred Heart Institute provides videos for the clergy during this crisis. The director of that institute, Father Lachlan joins us now to talk more about it. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Emily. Nice to be with you.
Now, Father Lachlan, we've seen priests around the country embrace new forms of evangelization because of the virus. Online masses, drive-through confessions, videos for catechesis. They're on the front lines in their own way. So how does A Shepherd's Care help them in their ministry?
A Shepherd's Care is a new initiative by the Sacred Heart Institute in response to the pandemic, as you know. Sacred Heart always interested in the ongoing formation of clergy, especially for the Archdiocese of New York, for the Diocese of Brooklyn, the Diocese of Rockville Center. That's its mission. When we realized early on that things were going to look very different for us as priests and deacons, we decided to switch gears. And really, the Shepherd's Care is a response to the personal needs of priests, the spiritual needs of priests that they might have in this time. So a place where they could hopefully be fed as they look to feed their own people.
So important. Now, you've offered advice in the program to priests on how to communicate digitally. Can you tell us some of your favorite tips?
Sure. A lot of it would deal with just the very basics of setting themselves up. I know for me, too, I'm also a chaplain at a university, so streaming masses, things of that nature, all new for me, little ways that priests would be able to transition to a new platform, whatever that be, for masses, for rosary, just for even spiritual messages that they were giving to their people. So Monsignor Jim Vlon was someone who's able to help us with that. A few other priests who are a little more tech savvy than I am, able to give some content. And again, just helping priests, deacons step out into a new area and hopefully do it well to continue to transmit the gospel in these days.
Now, the program hosted a virtual retreat during Holy Week with Brooklyn's own Monsignor Thomas Caserta. What added benefit does holding retreat give as opposed to just separate videos?
That's a good question, and we were grateful for Monsignor Caserta. He was so quick to say yes to our invitation. The theme of the retreat, he was able to carry over 3 days, about 20 minutes for each of the conferences that he gave. And really, it's an opportunity for the men making the retreat to spend some time with content, with questions that are being posed, with reflection, prayer, all of those things. And I think, too, the fact that there's the sense that you're making this with others, even if you don't know who they are. It was in those first few days of Holy Week, this opportunity, which is so important for us whenever we're on retreat in that kind of setting as a group, to be together in it, that we're praying for each other, that we're striving to grow closer to the Lord in it. So rather than just it being random things that you might find, which you probably could find online somewhere, address specifically to the situation we're in with, again, the opportunity to space it out yourself in the course of those days.
I mean, it sounds great, but can a retreat really work virtually since the whole point of going is to be away from your normal settings?
I think it can. It's certainly different. It's not what we're accustomed to. And there is, without a doubt, a benefit to being in a new space, in a new place. But I think it's a good reminder to us, as well as priests or whoever we may be, making a retreat that, we can live differently, even in the circumstances that we find ourselves. It takes a discipline on our part. It takes, a spirit of recollection, of entering in. But it's possible. Ideal, maybe not, but certainly possible.
Father Lachlan, director of the Sacred Heart Institute, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Emily. Be safe. God bless.
If you're watching Currents News on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button and then click on the bell to get instant updates about all of our newest content, because we are putting your faith in the news.